as they get ready to match up with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. The exhibition season is over. It's time to play for real as the 2018 NFL season is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
On 3rd and 1, Ryan. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jordan Hicks with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Back deep is Darren Sproles. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Ram! Go. Lady! Sit. Black, come on.
Now it's the Boise State ball. Joe Ajayi. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Come on now. Let's go. Here we go. Lady! Great. Hey, 57. What's this on? Hey, other side, solid. 5-7.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Hang in there now.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Go. Lady! Black, come on. Check. Liz 5-3. What's on?
On play action, Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 18 yards there to 1st down.
can't have enough good pass-catching tight ends in the NFL. And the Eagles, they want to replenish their stock. They lost Trey Burton in the offseason, so they selected Dallas Goedert out of South Dakota State in the second round, and he is nothing but a big-time pass catcher.
What a great story, because South Dakota State didn't offer him a scholarship out of high school. He walked on there.
Yeah, so now Zach Ertz has a running mate at tight end.
Now it's Ajayi. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Forward, Tokyo! Hey, ram! Son, 180! What's your son? That's you! Check safety! What's your son?
This is Ajayi. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Lion! Rip! That's it! Switch! Win the rep, let's go, right here!
They run with Ajayi. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. Falcons offense, Charles, heading back out there, coming off a 10-6 season, made the playoffs again, but coming off the previous season when they blew that Super Bowl to the Patriots, I think a lot of folks were expecting more in 2017. So now turn the page. What can we expect this year?
They want to return to explosiveness on offense. I mean, that's what they've got to get to. You mentioned 2016. They rolled up points like crazy. Absolutely obliterated people on the offensive side of the ball. They want to get back to that. Get Julio Jones. Get him sprung free again. They drafted Calvin Ridley out of Alabama to help with that. Right? They can run the football, obviously, with Devontae Freeman. On the defensive side, the mantra is speed, speed, speed. And they want to get Vic Beasley back chasing the quarterback, who he led the league in sacks 2 seasons ago.
Hey, get up!
On the give, this is Coleman, the fullback. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Brandon, you know we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team is going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
First and 10, it's Ryan. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Ryan. This one's complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Finding some room at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. It was the veteran safety, Malcolm Jenkins, who got a hand in there to disrupt it.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you get the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They're trying to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught, Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Let's go.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. On 2nd down, Ryan. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tuesday. 21.
A quick give to Coleman. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal.
Here we go. 120. Shift. Run. Two jet.
Throwing now is Wentz. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. The give to the fullback on the dive. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out. Here's Ryan. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
On first down, Ryan. And he's got it. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Running with a fullback, Coleman. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman taking it in. And the Falcons are in for 6. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense heading out. You know, last year at this time, Charles, we said this was a franchise that's kind of been a neutral for a while. They're not neutral anymore. Defending Super Bowl champs. What do you think, favorites again?
I think so, because this team has few holes, if any. Look, your quarterback, Carson Wentz, gets hurt before the season's over. His backup, Nick Foles, wins Super Bowl MVP. Wentz probably would have won the regular season if he finished out the year. Offensive line, one of the best in the game. Passing game keeps getting better. Multiple runners who can run it and catch it. Flip it over to defense. Tremendous defensive front. They can just swarm and get after you. Great coordinator, very creative. The big thing for them, they have to take everyone's best shot week in and week out during the season.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. The defending champion Eagles having their troubles in this first game since Super Bowl 52, but they've got a 1st and 10.
Back. Blue 80! Check 99! Here, sit! I got him! Black, come on! Check! What's your son? Mike is 59!
Here's a giant. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Here we go. Blue 80! 52, great.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Deion Jones. Coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
82.
Wentz. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. It's caught inside the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down. Done. 180. Motion. Hey, stand. Go. 57. Rip. 5-7. What's up?
And they'll run it here. And they'll get a couple here down to the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
That's it, baby. Here we go. 120. Here we go. Hey, Lou.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Steps away to his left. And he fends him off. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
4 down. Here we go. 180.
Play action. Now Wentz. And they couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember how when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, and when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also, they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
The short yardage man, it's Coleman. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Ryan on first down. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Ryan now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. A handoff to Devontae Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32.
There we go. Back. 180. Great.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He's got the veteran here. It's Mike Wallace. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Done. 480. 5'9". Check. Fresno. Safety creep.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Please. Done. 180. 52. Great. Rip. Please 5 step.
Now a handoff looking right. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
And as runners who like to blitz even on rundowns, it confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
We got 3 down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
There we go. Back. 280. Shorty. Get over there. Go. Lion.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Forced out to his left. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit.
Foot out, check.
Set. 120.
Check 26, check 26.
Sunday. Black, come on.
Flag 59.
82.
Wrap.
Shorty.
59.
Wentz now on first down. And his throw is incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Go. Waiting.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Bryant now to tack on the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. 120.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Open man left side is Wallace, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Hey, other side, solid.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Straight 15.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Well, I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
shorty. There we go. Back man. 180. Liz. Hey, I'm coming.
Again, it's Wentz. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And that one will be no good. He never had it online. It's well wide to the left. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before. Going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Here we go. Waiting.
They'll begin the drive with a giant. And they'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
4 down. Here we go. 180. Rip. 49, check 49.
They run again with a giant. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey. Here we go. Back man. Waiting. 45. A great 57. What's your back?
They go play action here on 1st down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Everyone's got four down.
Here we go. Back man. 280. Black. Trap. Lion.
Check 20.
What's this son?
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Tight end right.
Go. 280. 57.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Vic Beasley in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Tight end's right.
Black. Here we go. 120.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And he connects with Wentz. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
20. For Tokyo.
Hey, switch gears.
Hey, stack. 82.
On 1st down, Wentz goes underneath for Sproles. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
4 down.
Here we go. Back man. 280.
13,
Black. Come on. Lion.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go. Back man. 280. Shorty. 81. Here, sit. Great 15. Two jet.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but stories about teams that
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 56 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Here's a handoff to a Giant to begin the drive. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Set, 120! Black, come on. Hey, 57. What's your son?
Check 50, check 50.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one goes for 36 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Here we go. 120! Hey, ram!
Check 25. Kill.
Now they try the right side here. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
What's that? They ran 5-7.
59 Mike, check.
Right back to it on 1st down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Rip. Here we go. 120!
Now Wentz. And he'll be whipped up around the waist and pushed down. Terrell McClain continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
Lefty. Go. 280!
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the give, this is their fullback. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Freeman. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down, Ryan. And his pass incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Only a yard on the gain there as time will run out on this 3rd quarter of play. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll start out on the ground with a jive. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Back man. 120.
Now a play fake. Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Tech McKinley. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. to throw. It's Wentz. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of 32 that time. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
180!
Wentz now on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Don't go. 120! Black. Red 5-7.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Offense actually plays an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them this game. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Vic Beasley in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
What's the motion? 81. What's up? Let's go.
So that'll back him up 5. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
But Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. On second down, Freeman. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Gets it off to Freeman. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Ryan now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. They go with a fullback, Coleman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
There we go.
This is Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now Sproles. Sproles so quick and agile. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
There we go. Back. 120.
They'll run it down out of the goal. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the 2nd drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch number 86. Go. Waiting.
Wentz going to throw. He's got Dallas Goedert. His tight end over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards there and a 1st down. Play action. Now Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Check 13. Here we go. 180. Single receiver.
Working from the gun, Wentz. The Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tech McKinley in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Wentz. Got to have this one. Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now, look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down, and of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Don't go. 280.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now it's Freeman. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. This is Coleman on the carry. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Falcons on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings brings up fourth.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
They just want to put this one behind them. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up and Nick.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Brian Poole. And they have the football and they set up shop at the 33-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Falcons, they start the season with a great win on the road here in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Panthers next week. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
They call a podcast Poppy. King goes, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the wrist. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Tell me something I don't know. Like when the drop whole game in the choke code. I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See